Hello, Stacy. How are you? Can you hear me and see me and all that good stuff? Testing one, two. Any questions on? Yeah, I know there was. It's the internet, not my system. It keeps going again. There's a tremendous amount of people on the internet because of this lockdown or whatever you want to call it. Did you happen to understand, or any questions rather, on yesterday's lesson? The seven stroke roll with the triplet formation? And did you get the PDFs? Today's PDFs. Who's that? Don Lemon? All right, Jimmy, listen. You make it, listen, on this, first off, as an administrator on the, how you doing, Robert? Stacy? Okay. As far as being an administrator and entering people, I don't vet all of them. Now, sometimes I wake up in the morning there, 68 members want you to, uh, want to become members. You can't vet everybody. I let them in. Okay? Now, when they do post, if it's a picture of their girlfriend or they're talking religious stuff or they're trying to sell stuff, I delete it. Or if it's consistent, I delete it and remove them. It makes it simple. Okay, everybody has the PDFs. Oh, Jesus. I leave them over there. Hold on. Jesus. Why it's buffering, I don't know. It shouldn't do that. Hold on. Now, you have solo number 13. That solo was taken from Charlie Wilcoxon's 150 rudimental drum solos. All right? So, here's what we're going to do. I present this as written in the 150 rudimental solos. So now, we're going to work on that today. And tonight, I'm taking this over to the drum set. And I'm going to play it in 6 as written here, doing some drum set applications. However, I'm working on the same solo, but in 4/4 time. So you'll see the difference and compare it. And we'll start doing some melodic structures using rudiments, Philly Joe Jones concept. Another thing, this is another book by Charlie Wilcoxon. Rudimental swing solos. Okay? And I'm working on another one for everybody. Rolling in rhythm. We're going to do a one surface application, and we are going to do a drum set application. So, it's almost 1 o'clock, and maybe I'll start the lesson now. I mean, there seems to be enough people in here. All right, so 6/8, 6 beats to a measure. Each eighth note receives one count or one beat. Now I'm going to play the first two measures in two measures only, but I'm going to put the levels in here. So 6/8, we have 16th notes, and then we have a quarter note, a flam, and an eighth note. Counting 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 5 and 6 and 1. But notice how I got in position for that accent. See that? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1, 2, 3. That one should be an alternate, well, the last left on the roll. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a downstroke. Do we understand that so far? First two measures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Understand that? Any questions on it? Want me to break it down slower? Okay, help me out, guys. Okay, Robert, Stacy, Randy, Marcio. Do you understand it? Okay. Simple pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jacubi, dapudi, 1. 1. That's 60 and the 1. All right, so this is a pretty simple solo. What I wanted to do was take it to the drum set tonight and do some improv. Now I hear a lot of, if it's up-tempo, I hear a lot of Philly Joe Jones. And you say, well, how does he get Philly Joe Jones at a solo number 13 from the Charlie Wilcoxon 150 rudimental solos? Watch. When you play it in 4, it's the same thing, a different feel in a different world. The same music notation, but in a different time signature. Now, these exercises, for example, the first two measures of the 6/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. We're going to take that, we're going to exercise that particular measure in Mr. Stick Control book. Now you have the stick control book. We are going to go to page 24. So get the stick control book, page 24. Tell me when you guys get it. Stick control book, page 24. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Okay, Robert, Randy, Marcio, Stacy, Randy has it, Jimmy has it, Robert, Stacy, Marcio. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you see the 6/8 exercises here. Okay. Well, we're interested right now because it's associated to the lesson that we're doing, go to number 13. 1, 2, 3. I went through that book 20 years ago. It's time to open it up again. You should be living in that book. That book should be part of your blood system. So next time you go upstairs, oh, okay, I'm sorry, Stacy. Next time you go upstairs, you know, get it or next to your computer when we're doing the lesson, because I'll be calling for it. Now, number 13 is just a one measure phrase, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 and 6 and, but now it alternates to the right side lead. 1. Okay, now, actually, the one, mercy, Lord be, hold on. There's the one I want to do, but not right now. This book is just unbelievable. Hold on, guys. All right. Hold on. 28 is a good one. Page 28. And it's the same, he uses the same concept. We're going to tag vamps on here. We're going to play, if you look at the first line, page 28. Okay, this is really working it now. It's a 4 measure increment. I'm going to play it real slow. I'm going to play it in about half strokes. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 and 10. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 and 6 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 and 6, 2, 3, 4 and 5 and 6 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and pop. Now let me straighten somebody out. All right, now what happens here, if you look at my hand, they look like they're seesawing. What I do, if I do it slow, notice before I made the next stroke, all right, my hand was back in the starting position. Now I try to keep that up as much as I can, depending on the tempo. Let me take a tempo, maybe 72. Now 72 is going to equal a dotted quarter note. So that's going to equal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Ding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. We got that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me slow it down a little bit more. Let's go to 60. I want to demonstrate the position of the pop. Pop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Everybody on that page? Page 28? Now, it's a 4 measure increment. I'm counting 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you repeat back to 1. However, I want to tag on a vamp. All right, and this is going to develop endurance. Now, right there, I'm practicing the feel of single strokes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play the line, and I'm going to tag a 4-measure vamp. This would equal a vamp. 1 and 2 and 4 and 5 and 6 and. That's 1 measure of the vamp. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4. Back to the beginning. 1, 2, 3. Vamp. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm putting an accent on it shouldn't be there. I'm just putting it out there so you can understand that's the first measure, the second measure, the third measure. Now you want me to slow that real slow? Like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, vamp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on and so forth. Do we understand that? Now, what's really associated with what we're doing with the Charlie Wilcoxon book, look at line 6 and 7. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to play the line 6. 1, 2, 3. This time doubles. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you understand the vamp? Okay. Robert understands it. Stacy, do you understand it? Randy, Jim, Marcio? Who else is here? That's it. All right, Robert understands it. Jimmy, you got the vamp. Now don't do this fast. Do it slow. Now you do line 6 and line 7. Line 1 and line 2. All right? Then this is going to eventually help you with the 7. Oh, like we did yesterday. All right, not today. Let's go back to the solo. All right, solo number 13. Now, I want to introduce this to you like I did in 6/8. I'm going to take the first line. The first line is 1, 2, 3, 4 measures of 6/8. All right, I'm going to play the accents and the flams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, let's take that same line. You're going to have it written out later on in 4/4. Let's take that line, which is written in 6/8, and transpose that into 4/4. So if I have 1 and 2 and 3 and, that's one downbeat. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the first two measures is going to be one measure of 4. Now, how do I do that? Triplet rolls, remember them? 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you familiar with that, Stacy? 1 and 3 and 4 and okay. Everybody remember that? They're familiar with that? The internet is crowded. That's why it's freezing. The amount of traffic, all right, I'll break it down a little bit more, Stacy. The amount of traffic that's on the internet now is about 100-fold in comparison to a normal day. Because everybody's home. They have nothing to do. So they want to come in and read all the fake news and the good news and get on Facebook and all that good stuff. So it's too overwhelming right now. So there's going to be a lot of buffering. And it's not because your computer is not good, nor is it because mine's not good, or the connection's not good. There's just too much people for these kind of connections to support. So we have to bear it for a while. Okay, now the 4/4, the triplet roll. Let me explain that so it might help you out somewhat. And it's good for the rest of you guys to a little revisit. Now, triplets, I count triplets in this case, and I think for the new people, I'm going to explain how I count triplets. My normal count for triplets is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and okay. Occasionally, I will count eighth note triplets like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now the reason why I count them like that most often is the way I think about them, like 1, 2, 3, is for doing polyrhythms or subdivision reasons. But my normal 90% of the time, I'm counting triplets 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and now that's my way, and it's most people's way, and some people will count a triplet like this: 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. It's a way, and if that works for you, that's fine. I don't like it. Occasionally, it does help in certain situations. And if that's eighth note triplet count: 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. Now, if I'm counting 16th note triplets, I normally count them as a feel: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now, the way I was counting them for you yesterday was 1 triplet and triplet, 2 triplet and triplet. Okay, so that's another way. I even heard of some ways was 1 ta-ta, 2 ta-ta. Where that come from, I don't know. Maybe Sesame Street. I don't know. That is off the wall for me, and it's not wrong. But I just, I said, whoa, I can't deal with that. All right, now the triplet roll. If I'm playing eighth note triplets, alternating strokes: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I'm going to double each count: 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4. That's a triplet roll. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Now, if you're going to play the first two measures of solo number 13, all right, in 4, I look at the first two measures. I have 16th notes, quarter note, a quarter note, and an eighth note. Okay? So that's going to be played in 4 would be, and I don't send it to you now. I'm working on that right now. It would be played 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and Now this is the mechanics of the concept. When you go to the drum set and you play it up tempo, this stuff swings, man. And I will demonstrate that this evening. Okay? But I need to get the mechanics out of the way because that's the first step. If you're climbing the stairs, you don't start on the bottom and try to jump to the top step. You take one step at a time, and this is the step. The step that we're doing is understanding the difference between the 6/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Now triplets. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and now you see the relationship mathematically? That's where we're going to be going with this. You take the solo, number 13, and all the people that are in here. Is there any problem with reading that? Do we all understand how to read it? And you know how to implement the levels? And Stacy, you know what the levels are? Or the control strokes? I keep directing it at you, Stacy, because I believe last night was kind of your first time here. So I need to understand. Do you understand what the control strokes are or the level system? You got it, Robert? You see how it works? You will have it out tonight, though. I will send it to you. No, all right, dynamics. It's part of it. That's how you get different sounds. But the level system, okay, let me just briefly explain it again. We have a full stroke, you understand that. We have a downstroke, and notice the full stroke and downstroke sounded the same. All right, now we have a tap and an upstroke. The best example I can give would be a paradiddle. Right, left, 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 with the accent on the first stroke. So if I'm going to play with the first stroke, I have down, which is an accent. Up, tap, tap. Now what I've done with the level system is put my hands in position to attack the up and coming accent. All right? So, dynamics, yes. If I'm playing here, that's one sound. Let's say pianissimo. Now I want to go to forte. I have to strike the drum in a different position. If I try to hit forte in here, I'm going to be pounding. I'm relaxed. Now I'm going to have to come up and remain in a full stroke position. So the dynamics are there. It's a way to get yourself in position to change the volume. All right? That's the same thing if I'm playing triplets. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to accent the first stroke. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down tap up, down tap up. I just recently had a broadcast of some former students of Joe Morello. And I did have the author of a book called The Level System by Jeffrey Johnson. And the guy did a great job explaining the level system, the sticking heights, the level systems, or you want to call it the control strokes. It's moving from one dynamic to another dynamic, or you're putting yourself, the control strokes, you're putting yourself in position to attack an up and coming accent effortlessly. You know, if I'm playing 16th notes, for example, they're all in one volume. And if I want an accent, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's hard to talk and do this. 1 E and the 2. 1 E and the 2. Now, they all sound the same. I would hit accent 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if I take that, what I just explained to you with the levels, and take a slow motion, this is what's occurring. Downstroke, tap, upstroke, tap. Notice there was 2 different sounds? Jaga goo goo down. But it's kind of hard doing the drum pad all the time when the drum set's behind me and saying, "Hey Matt, psst, yo Matt," huh. You know. So it's kind of I'm going to get back on the set tonight. All right. I just want to make some mechanics correct. Does everybody understand how to read solo number 13 as is? It's just a matter of you putting the level system in there, which you don't understand quite. You probably play like that anyway, Stacy, and you don't realize it because the level system is a natural way to play. All right, for example, let me give you one more. You take a little kid, he's holding the sticks like this now. Say about 8 years old, 9 years old, and he wants to be like daddy or mommy who plays the drums. So he picks up the sticks and goes like this. And you look at him and you smile and you say, "Whoa, that's really good." Now hit 1 louder. He would automatically bring the stick up and come down. It's natural. He go like this. He would do that. So what I do is I show you if you want to do that. I explain to you what's occurring. That's this level system. Now I need a response. Okay? Solo number 13. Does everybody here understand how to read that page? Come on, guys, give me a chance here. Give me a break. Yes or no? Okay, Robert, good. We're going to do a drum set application on this tonight. Have a lot of fun. But the important thing is to read it on one surface first. It's presented to you as a march. The second line. How up tempo? 950, Jim. 1, 2, 3, 4. One. You don't know how to read it? Well, 6/8 is a marching tempo like 2/4. But, you know, that's what was accepted many years ago. But now, you want to be mathematical. 6/8 is a blues. Ding, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. There's no bagpipes here. Measure 2. Okay. You understand measure 1, Horst, right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and. All right, measure 2. Now, this is in 6/8. The rules, all right, that is equal to 2 eighth notes. The quarter note. 1, 2, 3. It's actually a dotted eighth note, the quarter note rather. 4, 5, 6. So I'm hitting 1, 1, 2, 3. Then I have 4, 5, 6. Measure 2 last time. 1, measure 2, last one. That's simple. It's 1, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 4, 5. Now when I come to that roll, It's 6E and the 1. 6E and the 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Please explain measure 2. Okay. I'm going to explain measure 1 and 2. Is that better for you, Hoist? Watch. You're in 6/8. 6 beats to a measure. Each eighth note receives one count or one beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I just played 6/8 notes in 6/8. My bass drum is going to be played on the counts of 1 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now you look at that line, the first measure, and you see a run of 16th notes. Now, when you see 16th notes, the counting system for 16th notes in 6/8 would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and. You understand that? Now we take the second measure. You have a quarter note. Okay? And then you have an eighth note rest. So the quarter note is equal to 2 eighth notes. 1, 2. Then you have an eighth note rest. 3, you're resting 4. On the count of 4 is a flam. 4, 5, 6 is an eighth note. So if I play the second measure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And measure 2, last line. That's a very simple one. I don't understand that one. The last measure on line, the last line, measure 2 on the last line is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5. When I come to the roll, 6E and the 1. Now talk to me. I don't want you to leave here unless you understand that. Last line. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6. Hoist, do you understand that? Everybody else understands that? Help me out, guys. You sure? I'm going to have a few different videos I'm going to start making. I'll make this one for free and put it on YouTube. You got it, Randy? Is there any other questions on this? There's so many different exercises we can do that you already know how to do that are related to this kind of feel. I could play one trip or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and incorporate the doubles. 1, 2, the singles rhythm. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. Any questions, Jim? Marcio? Robert? Hoist? Randy? Stacy? Everybody understands it. What I would do, for example, you're having a problem with the last line, the second measure, I'd play that over and over again. So I'd get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5. Okay. Well, the marching, the bagpipes, it's still there's still some things out there that people do that, the bagpipes and the march, and it's usually their songs are in 6/8. But now that doesn't, yeah, stop us from taking it to another time signature. I mean, bagpiping, I mean, I've seen a couple bagpipe bands, and that's pretty hard. But that's understandable. I mean, marches are in 6/8. You play 3/4, 3/8, 6/8, 9/8, 12/8. You have a question on the triplets. Well, there are no triplets there on today's solo. So that should be interesting. And you send me an email, we'll deal with it, okay, Jim? Same thing with anybody else. You have any problems with anything, email me. I'm just trying to basically make you understand. This is simple stuff. Don't pay no attention to him, Stacy. He likes to bust chops, man. But that's okay. Hey, Stacy, are we friends on Facebook by any chance? All right, with all that being said, I'm going to close it down until this evening, 7 p.m. Well, I have 3 accounts, Stacy. Why don't you email me your account and I'll friend you. I'll remove somebody. All right, so, I will see everybody tonight on the drum set. Okay? 7 p.m. Any more questions? You're welcome, Randy. Ugh.